December 18th marks 7 years since an Amtrak Cascades passenger train derailed near Olympia and landed on Interstate 5. 3 people died in the crash and more than 50 others were hospitalized. Amid the emergency, local blood centers asked the public to donate blood to help the crash victims. And December 18th became recognized as Washington State Blood Donor Day. I'm joined now by Seattle Fire Chief Harold Scoggins. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, this is such an important topic, and I want to talk about one mass casualty incident that you responded to that I feel like a lot of our viewers will remember, which was with the Ride the Ducks. Can you explain that?
Sure, absolutely. You know, that was one of those afternoons where you get the call and the pager goes off and you have to think, is this real? And then so it was one of those events that so much information was coming in so fast that I jumped in my car and went to the scene directly. And it was a really tragic scene. Several people lost their lives, and we transported dozens of others to the local hospitals, and the firefighters did an amazing job in getting those folks to the hospital. But it was a really challenging scene, and many of the viewers out there may remember that day when the Ride the Duck crash happened on the Aurora Bridge.
I know I definitely do, and such a complex scene. So do a lot of different, departments from all over come to a scene like that? Can you walk us through that?
Sure. For that incident, Seattle Fire handled that one. So we have 33 fire stations, over 200 firefighters on duty every day. But we did call for additional transport units via AMR, but all of our folks were on the ground ready to go, but we did notify our neighbors in case we needed some help.
Absolutely. And the thing that I feel like people can do, no matter what to help, is the general public can step up and actually give blood. I have here that BloodWorks immediately rushed 150 units with the Amtrak incident there. But why is it so important for people to step up and give blood?
Yeah, oftentimes out of sight, out of mind, so folks aren't really thinking about it. But there are so many things that happen each and every day in this community and communities around the country. Surgeries, traumatic incidents, whether it's vehicle accidents or shootings or any of those things are happening every day. But because we may not see them or know they're actually happening, sometimes we may think that there may not be a need to donate blood. But it is really important for the community to continuously donate blood.
Absolutely. And during this season in particular, I feel like you said, out of sight, out of mind, around the holiday season, it really has a big dip. So it's such a critical time right now. Can you speak on that?
Sure. Right now, this time of year, we're all rushing to get somewhere, even on top of our day-to-day lives. So it just may not fit in that schedule. Our ask is to make a little time, make an appointment, get registered, and go and give some blood. And just so you know, you may not know this, but here in Seattle, our paramedics carry whole blood. We may have an incident that happens on the street. It could be a traumatic vehicle accident or it could be a shooting, but our paramedics can give blood today right on the street. But the only way we keep that supply full is by having our community come and donate blood.
I know. And so is that really what's prepping you, among other things, I assume, for the next local emergency?
Well, this is how we stay prepared. It doesn't happen by accident because it takes time. If we had the big event today, the blood that we have in the bank is what we would use. People would go line up and give blood, but it takes a while to process that blood and to transport it to where it needs to be. This is why we need ongoing and a steady giving process so we have enough blood in the bank. So when we do have that big event, we're ready for it. As a matter of fact, today here in the Seattle Fire Department, we're doing earthquake preparedness drills. That's important.
Yeah, it is.
And if we have a big earthquake, there could be the possibility that we need a lot of blood.
Wow. Thank you so much. This was really insightful, and we so appreciate you taking the time to be here today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And it typically takes 1,000 donors to meet community need. Right now, BloodWorks Northwest has more than 14,000 open appointments from now until the end of the month. So please consider scheduling an appointment. Just visit the website that you see on your screen and click Schedule an Appointment.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by BloodWorks Northwest.